Oh, wow. Wow. Huh. I did not realize. That is. Wow. Hi. Thanks for joining me for News for You with Rebecca. You might have noticed I'm checking out the summer reading program for the Pueblo City County Library District. And you may already know that this year at the library, reading literally pays. And that's for our young people. But summer reading is not just for young people at the library this year, it is also for adults. So I will show you how to get connected with that registration form after we read our article together. So, yeah, we're going to read a news article together, discuss the vocabulary a little bit, and then I want to invite you to become a registered learner in the adult learning program so that you can access that website on your own if you're interested in doing that. I'll give you a little bit more information about the program and about our adult learning resources and our library so that you can check out materials and get registered to start working with a one-to-one learning coach. So let's get started. Hey, so this is the article that we're going to read together. It's called Lack of Childcare Pushes Working Mothers Out of the U.S. Job Force. And this is the website I was mentioning to you. It's called News for You. And we'll talk about how you can access that in a little bit. And it was published October 14th, 2020. So in the fall of this pandemic that we've all been living through. Again, thanks for joining me for News for You with Rebecca, and we'll get started. Lack of childcare pushes working mothers out of the U.S. job force. As Anna Hamilton helps her sons Henry, 6, and Adrian, 7, with their schoolwork. She had to leave her job to help her children with remote school. And I'm going to make this text a bit bigger. There is an option here to have the story read to you, which you could do as an adult learner in the adult learning program at the library. You could access this website to improve your reading and writing skills. Or if you were working with a learning coach, you could access this information together. And it includes crossword puzzles, all kinds of really great activity ideas. All right, so we're going to get started. U.S. women are leaving the workforce at a higher rate than men. The new coronavirus and related shutdowns have left families without childcare. Many are having trouble with remote learning. More mothers than fathers are quitting their jobs to care for their children. That could end or undo many years of gains by working women. Worrying numbers. Between February and early September, this is 2020. Remember up here at the top, the article said October 14th, 2020. Between February and early September, more than 1.3 million U.S. women left their jobs. The prime earning years are the ages when workers make the most money. Those years fall between 25 and 54 years of age. Women in their prime earning years left in the greatest numbers. The drop-off rate was greatest among Black women of that age range. We think this reflects the growing childcare crisis, experts reported. At least 50% of the country's childcare providers were still closed as of September. Many could be closed for good. Thousands of school districts are, thousands of school districts started off the school year with remote learning. That means students learned from home. Already struggling. Working women have had problems for many years. They earn less money than men. Women earn about 82 cents for every dollar men earn. Mothers earn 70 cents for every dollar fathers earn. When parents had to choose who would stay home with the kids, many mothers ended up leaving their low-paying jobs. Dreams put on hold. Some mothers cut back their hours. Others stopped working. Angela Wynn started her own business just before the shutdowns. I did it, but now it's gone, she said. Wynn, a mother of 5, gave up her project management business to care for her children. Anna Hamilton left her job of 12 years at an investment firm. She said working full-time while helping her kids with remote schooling was too hard. I hope it's not a career ender, she said. For women in their prime earning years, this is a complete disaster, said Kate Albrecht Fiddler. She is a 49-year-old mother. She put her career on hold until her youngest child reached school age. She had been planning to restart her career this year. Now she cannot. There's no way to catch up.
There's no way to catch up, she said.
So that's a feature I didn't know that News for You had that I think is really great. Because if I highlight a certain part, it will read it for me.
She put her career on hold until her youngest child reached school age. She had been planning to restart her career this year.
And this is great for lots of reasons. If you're trying to improve your own reading, so that you can help your kids with homework. The workforce needs women.
The workforce needs women.
Few families can afford for mothers not to work. Mothers are now the equal, main, or only earners in 40% of U.S. families. Women also make up almost 50% of the labor force. The economy cannot come back without them. All right, so that's our article. And I want to just go back through this a little bit and talk about what might be some of the more challenging vocabulary. And we'll start with the article headline. Lack of childcare pushes working mothers out of the U.S. job force. So lack is a little bit of a tricky word, only in the sense that it's not commonly used, right? And lack means there isn't enough of, or, there's something missing. So lack of childcare means there isn't enough childcare. And then pushes working mothers out. And here, this pushes out is an expression that means prevents them from, working. So pushes out means forces them to not be able to participate. Okay, so this vocabulary word right here, rate, you can see if I push my cursor, move my cursor above this word, I get the definition. Not only do I get the definition, but I get the part of speech. That little N with the dot after it means noun. Okay. Number of times something happens in a specific amount of time.
We think this reflects the growing childcare crisis, experts reported.
Right. So this word here, reflects. A more commonly used word would be shows, and that's a verb. You can see V period. That means it's a verb. And then crisis is a noun. Serious situation that meets or that needs attention. And we'll keep going. Another vocabulary word here, investment, noun, act of using money to make more money. So an investment firm is a business. Firm means business, large business that handles money. Okay. And then here we have this, and they're saying, so there's no way to catch up, she said. And here, News for You says this is a phrasal verb. So it means to move fast enough in a job, project, or race to join others who are ahead of you. And then here it's talking about that the workforce needs women. It says few families can afford for mothers not to work, and that's certainly true. Mothers are now the equal main or only earners in 40% of U.S. families. Women also make up almost 50% of the labor force, and here, force. So this is a noun, and it's a group of people who may have the same job or may be doing the same thing. So force can be used in lots of different ways. Like how hard we push on something can be force. Like to force something into a small space. But here they're talking about it in terms of a group. So many people who are doing the same sort of thing. Okay, so again, this is a really great resource if you're trying to improve your reading and writing, and or if you're trying to learn English, if English is not your first language, this is a great resource. And of course, the library has resources for people who want to improve their reading and writing and their numeracy. The Adult Learning Program invites you to register to have access to this resource. We also, of course, have our Adult Learning Library in the Rawlings branch, but that is a floating library, so you can find resources at all the branches, and you can always put materials on hold. For the next News for You, I hope you'll join us. It's every other Wednesday at 11 a.m. And it'll be on the Facebook page as well as a recording, so you can go back to it. But I'll have some resources from our Adult Learning Library on hand to show you. And I want to show you that, those will make some connections with those materials to whatever it is we're talking about. So this article, as I mentioned, talks about the lack. So having no childcare, forcing working moms out of, and there's that word job force, right? So a group of people who have a similar job or who are doing something similar. In this case, that's how force is being used. Again, I can get you, you can have access to this News